Good day, Ani Bonjour, Wachia, Bonjour. My name is Charla, and I'm the convener of the Indigenous Relations Circle at St. James Anglican Church in Manotick, coordinating with the First Nation Elder Advisor, Denise Ann Busno. I'm a settler from Treaty 4 territory, and I've been a visitor to this unceded Algonquin territory, traditional territory of the Wendat and the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, for the past 30 years. As we move towards the National Indigenous Day of Prayer, I offer warm wishes to all First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples in celebration of their traditions. At the end of May, we learned the devastating news of the mass grave at the BC Kamloops Residential School. If we've done our homework, events like this won't surprise us. If we're horrified by them, we're living a fully human experience. So we're learning how to make things better, and there is work to be done. With the support of our parish council, we started the Indigenous Relations Circle in 2019 with the goal of bringing together Indigenous and non-Indigenous people for a conversation. The vision of the Indigenous Relations Circle is to promote reconciliation as a spiritual practice under 4 themes: education and self-awareness, acts of healing, social justice, and self-determination. Through our activities, we strive to educate on the role of the Church in colonization and the legacy of residential schools in alignment with Call to Action 59 of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. We also strive to live into right relations with Indigenous people, raising Indigenous voice, advocating for Indigenous peoples to participate fully in church governance if they so choose, and engaging in opportunities for Indigenous spirituality to flourish. A circular model provides flexibility and connections. The learning process is the Indigenous Talking Listening Circle. We move among these themes based on the 4 directions and each participant's place on their journey of learning. We are reconciling Western and Indigenous ways of knowing by introducing the turtle shell. The turtle shape is a circle that is passed around. With her many cracks, her shell has been repaired. She has become our symbol of hope, that we can move forward together and continue learning even in our brokenness. In our circle, we welcome Indigenous knowledge, language, cultures, diversity, and shared medicine wheel teachings on interconnectedness to each other and the land. This is our trust to shared space, holding common experiences while impressing the human heart. We learn to build relationships, respecting Indigenous people's right to self-determination in spiritual matters, to practice, develop, and teach their own spiritual and religious traditions, customs, and ceremonies. There are elders and knowledge keepers. A First Nations elder introduces symbolism and teachings of the land by the gift of tobacco. We're also exploring how the efforts of the Indigenous Relations Circle can connect to the Diocesan Alumni Relations Circle and the Self-Determined Indigenous Anglican Church as a fully Indigenous expression within the Christian community. This is why we believe that reconciliation as a spiritual practice is so important. It's becoming part of our everyday with no beginning and no end. It's part of our ongoing relationships. We hope to create unity that can sustain concrete action. Like any other practice, this requires regular attention to building healthy relationships. Anti-racism is difficult work. Reconciling is a way to move forward, even in our brokenness, and to respect the dignity of every human being. Upon the release of the final report of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, Justice Murray Sinclair stated, "We all have an opportunity to show leadership, courage, and conviction in helping heal the wounds of the past as we make a path towards a more just, more fair, and more loving country. These words still resonate today. People often feel helpless and want to know, how can I get started on this hard work of reconciliation? Elder Denise Ann has taught us to have mena dendamoen, which is respect, to listen, to speak, and listen with our hearts. Forgiveness is having the courage to take the first step. If you would like to become an active participant in the Indigenous Relations Circle or join our mailing list, please contact me through the church office. Thank you, miigwech, merci, and respectfully, all our relations.